So, here we go with the evil patriarchy, the evil men, the lack of things to bitch about from the feminists in the first world. They got to make shit up. And they can't just say, this guy's spreading his legs. No. It's patriarchy. It's posing in a position of, and all this bullshit. But anyway, there's a woman here who created an anti-manspreading chair. Isn't that nice? So this student, Layla Laurel from Norwich, she won a major award for the seat, which is crafted so that men can sit with their legs closed. Because after all, this is it's a problem that it's serious. A guy sitting there, because he's got balls with his legs a little bit apart. Can't have that. You might touch with one of your knees all the shopping bags and the freaking purses the woman next to you has. She doesn't want you anywhere near her shopping. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about men who have balls and have to, leave a little more room there. So this is in, BBC, Sky News. A news host tries feminist student's anti-manspreading chair and nearly gets his balls crushed. So Ms. Laurel, 23, made international headlines earlier this month. I missed it. I guess I was busy. She won a national prize, this is in England, for designing chairs that force men to sit with their balls crushed betwixt their legs, thereby preventing this ungodly practice known as manspreading. This is a real problem. Donald Trump ought to get on this train. It's like, you know what, men? I don't care if you're sitting uncomfortable for hours in a plane. Crush your balls. It's for the women because you've treated them so badly. The entire history of mankind. I'm sorry, is that incorrect? People kind, human. No, human's got man in it. I think people's probably the safest way to go. So she's a graduate of the University of Brighton. She won a prize entitled A Solution for Manspreading. So during an interview segment aired this week on Sky News, Laurel expounded on her feminist belief. She's a feminist? No, I never would have guessed. Quote, I think occasionally it's a microaggression. Sitting with your legs a little bit apart on a train or in a bus is a microaggression toward the wammens. See, she continues, I've heard stories from women where it turns into something that's far more aggressive. There's a myriad of problems around it. Oh, God. At one point, Sky News male hosts took turns sitting in the medieval torture device for crushing your balls. Quote, oh dear, my voice nearly raised by an octave there, one host joked as soon as he sat in the chair. And then he suggested cutting away so he could adjust his package. There's a video included in the story, link below. I didn't want any more children anyway, he later added. In recent years, feminazis and women's rights advocates have run out of things to bitch about. And so now they're making things up. Manspreading. Women, feminists, complain that manspreaders, especially on public transport, sit with their legs wide apart and take up more space than they need. I guess it depends on the size of your junk, huh? Some men are bigger than others. According to the feminazis, what may appear to be an innocuous practice is actually a problematic assertion of, you guessed it, everyone, patriarchal power. Liz Plank, this was writing in 2015 in Mike. This crap's been talked about that long? Quote, by virtue of being occupied by both men and women, space is inherently gendered. The way women and men interact is guided by norms and scripts that steer our behavior in a way that is so powerful. It's often unconscious. It's so overwhelming that you don't even know it, right? You don't even feel it. She writes, research shows that when in public, women tend to occupy less space holding legs closer together and keeping their arms close to their bodies. That's because they don't have a dick and balls, Liz. I mean, this is biology. Men, we have balls and a wiener. Women do not. Now, maybe trans women do, but men and women who are not trans, we're different down there. Oh, God. Men, on the other hand, are more likely to have their legs spread at a 10 to 15 degree angle and keep their arms 5 to 10 degrees away from their bodies. Quote, but this isn't just about space. Oh no. There's got to be some evil patriarchal crap we got to talk about, right? Researchers have found that taking expansive body postures doesn't just make people feel more entitled. It also makes them more likely to steal, cheat, and fail to respect traffic laws, so manspreading can breed bigger problems than just crowded subway cars. It reinforces attitudes and behaviors that are harmful for society as a whole, she writes. In 2017, Madrid banned manspreading on all forms of public transport. New York City's Metropolitan Transit Authority targeted manspreading with a public awareness campaign in 2014. As if police in Madrid don't have crimes to investigate. No. Let's get on a train and see how many men are manspreading. New York City, all the problems are solved. So let's talk about manspreading. And so here's a chair. There's a picture of it there. You can look at it. You sit down on that and you will definitely crush the Franks and beans down there. There's no way around that one. Link below, James Maxwell. Thank you for listening.